Thank you, Program Director, for that kind words. I'm really honorable to be here this morning and address all of you at this momentous occasion marking the start of our academic year in 2023. To the founder of the Institute, Prof Benny Anderson, to the President of the Institute, the Commissioner of SARS, Professor Edward Kieswetter, to the Chair of the Board, Mr. Frick Landman, to the Registrar, Dr. Marla Koonen, to the Executive Management, to all our faculty, to all our students and our alumni, and most important, all distinguished guests here today, I welcome you to 2023, and may you really enjoy the time and engagements that you spent with the Institute this year. It gives me immense pleasure to share with you a few thoughts in addition to what my colleagues have already mentioned today. And I'm not going to repeat that because I think as an institution of higher learning, we have deep and rigorous discussions. We are pushing the bar on ourselves the whole time. And in doing so, it's important to bring all these minds together. In the year to come, I want you to take full advantage of the Institute. I want you to enjoy every moment. I want you to embark on probably the most important journey of your life, engaging in lifelong learning. So through embracing lifelong learning in a cooperative manner, in a true Da Vinci style, we prepare ourselves for the future, as being pointed out this morning, the world of Barney. And in doing so, we understand that things are uncertain. We understand that the future is unpredictable. We understand there's a lot of unknown and unknowable. We understand there's a lot of complex and complicated environment. We understand that the future is changing, and you will be part of that change. So reflecting back on the past year and the year to come, I can give you a list as long as my arm on things we accomplished. The highlights, unfortunately, there are also some lowlights, but there's a different time later this year we will share that. So I'm not going to go into the detail. Maybe at a high level, it's important to remind ourselves that at a regulatory environment, at a national level, we play an important role and continue to participate in the discussions from the Council of Higher Education, SAQA, national forums, and our staff are there. And I'm very proud to acknowledge our alumni is there and our students are playing an important role in moving the discussion forward. In the country and in the rest of Africa, we are rigorously trying to advance the discourse, participating in every opportunity where we can engage and we can apply our minds as a collective in a true cooperative manner. As such, we attended many forums, roundtable discussions, expos, indabas, and so I can continue. Last week, the whole team of the business development attended the mining indaba, and we've listened to industry. We engaged with them, and the whole purpose of that is to remain relevant, to not do what we think we should do, but to think what we realize and we identify and we are told is happening in the world out there. We also had 3 site visits on our postgraduate diploma, on our BCom, and concluding on our doctoral qualification. We also at the moment, and we had it last week, participate in the national site visit of all business schools, and we are embarking on that in the year to come. So I think we're in good standing, moving the national agenda forward. Our founder, Prof Anderson, cannot be here today as he's involved in a community of practice at the Council of Higher Education. So I think it's testament to the fact that we try and engage, we try and participate, we try to be a responsible citizen. And to Professor Kieswetter's note, try to be part of the change in the future through a choice, a deliberate choice we make. And I think that's important. And as I engage with students, I also realize that all of us have choices to make on a daily basis. And I'm really proud to acknowledge that those choices, with hindsight, in many, many instances, seem to be the right choice. Through the South African Business School Association, we also play an active role. In the past year, we co-hosted with the South African Business School training and network opportunities where we give and take had about 180 supervisors from all public institutions, private institutions that joined a 3-day session. And so the list can continue. And I think if you read our website, you look at the social media, it's really impressive. I also want to come down and that at an individual level, our faculty, our students, many, many successes that we must acknowledge and we are proud of. And if we miss something, please share that with us. We're more than happy to put it up on our social media because those are really the testament of a true successful business school. At the Da Vinci, we work hard and we will continue to work hard to create a caring and a supportive and a cooperative environment, affirming and celebrating diversity. So we like to engage you, we like to remind you to keep an open mind. Participate, be willing to share ideas, new perspectives, and bring your views and experience to the table. Because through diversity, we are really, I think, really exercising a choice to make a difference for the future. But do so in a respectful manner that enhances human dignity, in being a fully human being, in being a true Da Vinci alumnus, a Da Vinci staff, and I believe a South African citizen. More important, in the year to come, we will encourage you to form new bonds, a new friendship with other staff, other colleagues, people outside your normal circle of friends, people outside those you engage with on a daily basis, because that's the only way that we are able to broaden our horizons, to open our mind and really embrace diversity. As a business school, we see ourselves the purpose to strengthen the growth of agile, aligned and engaged leaders, to co-create innovative systems and to do that in an innovative way as Dr. Kuhnen have pointed out to us. To fulfill this purpose, we set ourselves up on a ideal norm that we've identified in the year to come, based on 4 principles for 2023. That of knowledge, people, spaces, and a growth agenda for business sustainability in the future to come. If I look at the first area of knowledge, I think it's important to remind ourselves that as University of Work, we are here to generate, disseminate, and also facilitate the application of knowledge in the most scholarly and professional way as possible. And in doing so, we need to create and support and prioritize sustainable research teams, confronting the research agenda being given to us by industry, as I mentioned earlier on. Because that's the only way that we will succeed in facing the challenges of our nation. And believe me, there's many. If you listen to the news and out there, I think we are making good headway on that, but it's a constant challenge. And as a responsible institute, we are subscribing to that challenge as well. So we therefore strive to create an exciting, conducive learning spaces, whether offline as here today or online. Many of you are joining us online, to be visible and present in the moment, not just in South Africa, but also in the rest of Africa. And that's a big drive for us in the year to come. The only way to engage with local and international markets through our various networks. At the second focus of people, we will continue to use our convening power. And when I say convening power, it's not within my executive team. It's not within the staff and colleagues of the Institute. The convening power is amongst all of us as a collective. In a cooperative manner, we must utilize that convening power. Not let any moment go by to engage with people around us to make a difference in the lives of other people, but also corporate South Africa. And in doing so, through our quality assurance framework, we are working hard to teach the working professionals in the country, to engage with them, to be part of that agenda in moving forward, all the way from a high certificate up to a doctoral level. And we measure our success in only one way, and that's the impact and the return on social investment or return on investment at the end of the day. So for us, it remains important to attract the most talented students, people like you, to attract the most important staff, people like you. And in doing so, we will co-create the future. We will be a business school that make a difference. We will be a business school that have an impact. But we need all of you to step up to the plate. In terms of spaces, it's important for us that students will always be exposed to the highest quality of faculty, with all the research experience, all the industry experience of the real world, engaging with stakeholders to jointly make a difference. And the same applies to staff. It must be an environment where we can nurture and create new ideas, an environment where we are really able to move the agenda forward. So as a school, a business school, we specifically say to ourselves, we have streamlined our policies, we have streamlined our structures, and we went through a shareholder change last year. We are updating a lot of our policies. You all saw the new organogram. Through that, we will contribute to enabling culture for both students and staff to be really able to support each other and support the country to the best of their abilities. At the fourth point, when we look at the business and sustainability growth for 2027, the years to come, we want to be seen as a hallmark for education. Aligned to our growth agenda, the Institute will purposefully build this organization for long-term value creation through focusing on our value drivers and sustainable business practices, impacting very specifically the performance of business in the country. So to all our new students, to all our returning students, to all our faculty, I want to say welcome to the Institute in 2023. To all our alumni, to all our engagement partners, welcome to the Institute in 2023. Welcome to a business school, a place of hope, a place that inspires imagination, a place of creativity and new ideas, a place of remarkability. Welcome.